We're going to measure ourselves for a qasbaq. I have a cloth measuring tape, and what I like to do when I measure me for a qasbaq for myself is I'll take my measuring tape and I need to make sure that I measure around the widest part of my bust. Ladies, the bust is your breast. I like to take a deep breath so I look bigger than I am. And then you want to make sure that the measuring tape doesn't slip. Okay, you get around the widest part of your back and around your bust. And then you're going to take that measurement. I'm at 47. Now the measurement that we take for our hips, we want to make sure that we're sitting down for this, because the older we get, the more stuff goes places when we sit. And we want to make sure that it's not too tight in the seams. For our hip measurement, widest part of our bum, and we're gonna kneel down, find that measurement. Now we don't want the tape to be like super tight, because if it's too tight, your qasbaq's gonna be too small. We also don't want it to be falling down, because then it'll be too big. Now my measurement for around my hips when I'm sitting down is 49. We're going to take the larger of the two measurements. In my case, it's the hips. And we're going to add 4 inches. Now, the 4 inches that we add are for wiggle room, because the fabric that is typically used in qasbaq sewing is cotton and doesn't have the stretch or the drape or give that blouses usually have. I use 100% cotton for my qasbaq. Occasionally I will use the knit stuff for like the sleeves or the cowl. You want to add 4 or 5 inches. 5 if you want it to be a little bit looser. And again, adding the 4 to 5 inches to the larger of the two measurements will allow for wiggle room and seam allowance.